What's up, everyone? Chris Pennell here from Odd Shopper, going over my first ever NASCAR prize picks video. We're going to go over my 3 favorite props for this weekend's race, the Ally 400 at Nashville Super Speedway. Nashville is a flatter concrete track. Not too many comparable tracks to it for the NASCAR Cup Series. It's actually only the second time ever we have raced here. So limited data as far as track history goes. But we had a longer practice session on Friday to help give us some data points to help make us some better educated guesses heading into this weekend. But as always, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe, and ring the bell if you haven't already. Something small, but it truly does go a long way. We do appreciate it. And if you are a new signee over on PrizePicks, make sure you use promo code AWESEMO to get that free instant deposit match bonus up to $100. There's no sharks, no optimizers, no mass entries. You can add up to 10 times your entry fees. So make sure you use promo code AWESEMO to get that free instant deposit match bonus up to $100. And if you are a new depositor over there, you can get a free month of Stokastic plus Platinum once you deposit. So not sure what you're waiting for. Make sure you take advantage of this awesome deal and get started. So anyway, getting into the picks here, we're going to start off with Chastain, NASCAR's arguably best driver so far this season. His prop is currently sitting at 46.5 points, and I like taking the over this weekend. It's pretty high up, one of the higher props on the board here, but the way he's been dominating races so far this season, the way he looked in practice on Friday, and overall how he's performed at similar tracks so far this year, he's actually averaging the second most DraftKings points per race, which is the scoring that PrizePicks uses. So if you are familiar with that, it does translate over to the PrizePicks site. His prop is 46.5. He's currently averaging over 52 points per race so far this season. He had a top 3 car in practice. He's starting closer to the front, so he's going to have a good advantage to be able to get up front and lead some laps, which if he is able to do that this weekend, he is going to hit his over prop, assuming he doesn't have any mechanical failures, as he has been a top 5 car for the majority of these races so far this season. So if you are betting on Ross taking the over this weekend, you are hoping he's able to dominate the race, which I think he is certainly capable of doing. And moving on to the second pick here, we have Chase Elliott at only 41.5 points over on PrizePicks. I think this number is way too low. I currently have him getting close to 60 fantasy points in this race. I think he can be one of the top level dominators for this race. And if that's going to be the case, he is going to smash that prop at 41.5 points. He wasn't the most impressive car in practice, which is a little disappointing. But if you're looking at tracks that have concrete surfaces like Dover, he dominated and won there earlier in the season. Plus at other concrete venues, he tends to run very, very well. So even though the practice speeds weren't up there with guys like Kyle Busch, Bubba Wallace, Ross Chastain, or even his teammate Kyle Larson, I think with how he can perform at concrete tracks is definitely going to carry over this weekend. If you watch the Xfinity Series race, that did carry over for other drivers that are really good at concrete and end up dominating and winning the race. So I think we could see something similar from Chase Elliott, and he too starts close to the front. So while you don't have that place differential cushion, and if he does lose some spots, you're definitely going to need those dominator points. But I think the dominator points can certainly come here for Chase Elliott. Starting in 4th, I think he can definitely get over 41.5 points. Will he have to contend for a top 3? Yes, but if he can get those dominator points, it makes it a little bit easier for his cushion to where he maybe finishes within the top 8 as long as he's able to get up front. So I like taking the over on Chase Elliott, 41.5 fantasy points. And getting into the final pick here, we have Truex Jr. over 40.5 fantasy points. He has been a driver that has burned me many, many times so far this season. Even just last week at Sonoma, he killed me. He started in the back, seemed like a good play theoretically, ended up finishing in the back. Just a horrible overall race for the JGR cars in general. But I think he's going to bounce back this weekend as this track type does profile very, very well for him. He's good at concrete venues. He dominated, had a lot of fast laps at Dover earlier in the season, is good there in general. And he's good at flatter tracks, this is a shorter, flat concrete track at Nashville. He had a really strong car in practice, top 5 in the long run, 15-lap average. And while he didn't run well at Nashville last year, that's kind of due to some issues out of his control. But outside of that, he's profiled very well, the 3rd best average running position at similar tracks so far this year. And he's top 5 in average green flag speed as well. And starting in 10th, you get a nice place differential cushion with drivers like Chase Elliott, who we mentioned earlier, even Ross Chastain don't quite have. So he doesn't even have to really dominate to get over this. If he can just pick up some fast laps here and there and contend for a top 6, top 5, he'll be able to get you to that threshold. But I do think Truex does have a chance to dominate today. And if he's going to do that and finish well, he's going to smash that number at 40.5. So I like taking the over here for Truex Jr. And so just to recap here, we had 3 plays. The first one being Ross Chastain over 46.5 points. I like the over there. I also like the over on Chase Elliott at 41.5 points. And the guy I just mentioned, Truex Jr., taking the over at 40.5 points. And if you flex play this for $25, you can win up to $56.25. You only have to get 2 out of 3, right? Which I usually recommend for NASCAR, because while these guys look great on paper, one flat tire, one bad pit stop at the end can certainly take your day south. So I usually recommend the flex plays for NASCAR, but if you are feeling bold and going for the power play on a 3-man entry, you can get up to 5 times your entry. So for example, if you're putting $25 down, you could win up to $125.